Hello, everyone, and welcome to Destination DMU, a session for students interested in coming to DMU this upcoming January. So, welcome to you all. My name's Dan. I am a um, colleague here at DMU University, and I'm also an alumni of DMU. So, I studied here myself a long time ago when I had a lot more hair, and so hopefully I can give you a sense of what it's like to both study at DMU back then, but also now as well. So we'll start by talking a little bit about us. So I know some of you would have already applied. Some of you might not know too much about who we are and where we are. So we are a big university, a modern university based in the city of Leicester, which is just 1 hour north of London, and it's very central in the UK. We previously started as an art school back in 1870, and then in 1992, alongside a lot of other universities in the UK, we became a university. We're located in Leicester, and our campus is very, very central. So I know when I was looking for a university and I visited the campus, everything was walking distance, the city centre, the accommodation. So it was very, very convenient. You don't need a bus or taxi to get anywhere. And this is showcased on the screen. So you can see all of the purple buildings are the accommodation, which we do guarantee for international students. And then all the red buildings are all of the academic buildings. At the top, you can see our High Cross shopping centre. So only 5 minute walk, and you're with loads of restaurants, bars, loads of um, shopping malls, and everything you need really to be a student. And only 15 minutes away is the train station. And like I mentioned, London's only an hour away, but also Birmingham is about 40 minutes away, and Manchester's not too far away as well. So you're in amongst everything. As I'm going through, please do put any questions that you do have in the chat box. So I'm going to do a little presentation on what you can study in January, a little bit about why I think you should study at DMU. Later, we're going to hear from my colleague Bav in the careers department to talk about why we're so good at giving you a starting stance in your career. And then we've got two students, Sydney and Julia, who are going to give you their thoughts and their experiences from their point of view. So what can you study in February? So we've got 4 faculties, and 3 of those faculties have courses running in January. So firstly, our art, design, and humanities. These are the courses that you can study, whether that be architecture and sustainability, fashion management, but also sport management as well. Next, moving on to business and law. So we have a range of different courses available. We do have a bachelor's course that you can start in February, which is our business management course. Now that's a fast track business management first year. So you can complete that, and then you will finish that before September, and then you will start your second year in September. So it will be a 2.5 year bachelor's. So it's very, very convenient for you. We do have some masters, and then we also have an MBA course as well. So our MBA course is for students that can come straight into it from graduation. So you don't need any work experience for that. And you can also see the tuition fees on screen as well. Finally, and this is over 2 slides because we have a lot of options for you. These are our computing and engineering courses. Um, these courses, some of them will be 15 months or even 18 months, and you can check on our website on the course page what the option is. The reason that is, and rather than being 12 months, is because you get a larger gap in the middle of your course. Um, During that gap, you can do whatever you want, really. We would advise you to maybe do some placement of some sort, but you can travel as well. So that would be in our summer, which is the nicest part of the year in the UK, nice weather. So a lot of the students that I speak to sometimes will maybe travel around the UK or go around Europe as well. So it's the same cost, the same modules, but you will have a longer break during the course. We teach in block modules now, which is we're really excited to be doing, and we've done that for about 2 or 3 years now. We moved to that, so it's much more um, good for students because you would study one block complete that block, do all the assignments before moving on to the next block. And then in between the blocks, you have what's called an enhancement week. And during that enhancement week, you can maybe do an MBA, do a global trip, which is where you can go and visit another country, and you can get a bursary for that as well. Previously, and when I was studying, you would do all the modules at the same time throughout the year, and at times there would be, a lot of assignments due. So moving to this is more convenient for you, and the feedback we've had is very, very good. And these are the last computing and engineering courses that you can study in February. So in terms of scholarships, everyone also always asks about scholarships. These are guaranteed scholarships that you will be able to get in February. So have a look on the screen, match up what course you're interested in studying, and you can work out what scholarship that you can get. The full payment scholarship is an extra £500. So when you confirm your place with us, we do ask for at least a 50% deposit. But if you make a full payment minus the scholarship, then you can get an extra £500. And the deadline that we have for that is 20th of December. So from now, you've got 7 or 8 weeks until the 20th of December to make your 50% deposit, and then you will successfully get your scholarship. Now, DMU is rated 5-star by QS. We're one of the only one of 16 universities in the UK to be ranked 5 stars, which is a great accolade, and we're very proud of that. So in the UK, we have around 120 universities, and so being one of the 16 in the UK shows the high quality teaching that we do have. And only around 100 universities worldwide have got this as well, so we're very proud of that. Something quite unique for us as well is that we have a partnership with United Nations. So you may have heard of the Sustainable Development Goals, and for SDG 16, we actually act as a hub for that. So what that means is there's lots of opportunities for you as students to get involved. If you're interested in sustainability, you can do a plethora of different things throughout the year related to sustainability, and also you can also visit the UN headquarters in New York for a DMU global trip as well. So if you're interested in that, that's great for you. We also recently have really transformed our campus. So in the last 10 years, we've upgraded our buildings. This is our new VJ Patel building, which is home to our art and design faculty, and really have a state-of-the-art 21st century campus. But don't take my word for it. I'm going to play a video now so you can see what our campus does look like. So hopefully you can see how good our campus is and really feel that you can make it a home from home. We also have a project called DMU Global. So this started around 10, 12 years ago. Certainly when I was a student, there was opportunities. And this is where you can travel overseas, both as part of your course, but also alongside your course as well. So like I mentioned earlier, there's different parts of the year where these trips are organized, normally around 7 to 10 days, and we go all over the world. So when I was a student, I went to America, China, and Germany, and I learned about the elements of my course from a different perspective. Um, it's also a good opportunity for you to get a better relationship with your peers and your tutors. And yeah, there's nowhere we haven't been really. Um, we also, and this is a good example of one of our trips. This is the big trip we had to New York. I'm in this picture, so you could play a bit of Where's Dan in this. But yeah, this is a good example of our students all coming together from different faculties, different courses, all going to one place and actually doing different itinerary, and then in the evening coming together and doing more social events. So that could be going to Statue of Liberty or Brooklyn Bridge and things like that. So this is an example of some of the volunteering work that we do. So you can see two of our audiology students. This is when they went to India and they fitted hearing aids on a lot of the local people. Um, so we do a lot of volunteering and as a student, you can get involved both in the UK, in Leicester mainly, but also around the world. And in India is just one example of where we do a trip and help local people there. Now, when you come to choosing a university, you have a lot of factors that you take into consideration. But when I talk to students, one of the main factors is the career service. And actually, you go to university to enhance your job prospects when you graduate, and it's everything that you do whilst you're a student to help you do that. Um, I'm not going to talk too much about careers because Bav, my colleague from the careers department, is following me and can talk more about that. But we are award winners in this area. We've got loads of staff in different faculties who can help you, whether that be getting a placement, enhancing your CV, helping your job interview skills. We really do support you with that, both as when you're a student, but also once you've graduated as well. Um, you've also got what's called a post-study work visa now, or graduate route visa, which is where once you finish your studies, you can stay in the UK for 2 years after you graduate. So for any students that are watching and your dream is to maybe get a job in the UK after you graduate, there's never been a better time to come and join us. Now, accommodation. I'm pleased to say that accommodation is guaranteed for all of you, and there's lots of different options for you. You can live really close to campus, or you can live a little bit further away from campus, or you can live in the centre of Leicester as well. Um, Once you confirm your place at DMU, what happens is we will send you a um, booking information, and you can log on to the portal. Very interactive portal. You can choose which direction your room will face, whether you want to be high or on near to the ground, and pick your accommodation. So the main two options are to live in an apartment with other people. Normally, you would share a kitchen and a living area, but you would have your own bedroom and your own bathroom. Normally, the flats are between 4 to 5 people, and you can have a single gender apartment as well. If you more want to live on your own, you can have a studio apartment, and that's where you have everything to yourself. For postgrad students, more postgraduate students tend to have that, tend to opt for that option, but there is lots of choice for you, so you don't need to worry about that. We also have a free online English test for you. So we work in partnership with Language Cert. So any students that apply to DMU, we can offer you a free online English test. And that is registered CELT. So that means that it's equivalent to an IELTS or a Pearson that you might have heard of before. And it means that once you complete the English test and you achieve the required grade, you can use that to apply for your visa. Very flexible, all online, and you can choose when you want to take that test. Now, if you want to top up your English before you start with us, we also offer a pre-sessional English, which is where you would do an intensive English class, 4 week normally. It's in 4 week blocks, and that would take you to the required English um, level to start your course. So, for example, if you've got IELTS 5.5 and your course requires you to have IELTS 6.0 or equivalent, as most of our courses do, then you can take a 4 week course, either in person or online, and that would take you to the required English ability to start your course. So when you arrive, we have lots of activities for you. You can sign up to join a buddy scheme, which is where you would be paired with a current student, and they would give you support and guidance both before you come to Leicester, but also when you arrive as well. We also have an airport pickup, which is where when you arrive at London Heathrow, we would take you from the airport to your accommodation. There's also lots of health and well-being support as well. We would help you join the doctors, which is on campus, and we can also help with academic studies as well. During the welcome week, we would have a host of different activities, both showing you around the city, showing you the campus, helping you open a bank account, but also taking you to around the UK as well, and giving you a taste of what the UK has to offer. I know there's a trip to Harry Potter Studios, which I always try to get on, but lots of activities like that. But I'm going to show you another video now, which explains kind of life in Leicester.
Leicester will be our next station call in approximately 10 minutes' time.
My name is Aminata. When I first came to Leicester, I was just 18 years old. As soon as I came out of the station and into the city for the first time, I just got this sense that I'm home. Which is strange because I'd grown up in Bexley Heath and all I'd known is London. But here, there were people who looked and sounded just like me. And there was also something else, something really, really special. There was space for me here. Felt visible. People really listened to me. People like the director, who I met at the Curve Cafe by absolute accident, but gave me my first big break. And the radio station, who once had me as a guest and later gave me a job. And the theatre, who put on my work and gave me an audience. Leicester is a big city, no question. It's got shops after shops after shops. It's home to big businesses and major employers. If you want to go out to eat, go for a drink with some friends, you can do that. Leicester's a vibe. Heritage, culture, and a great sense of community. Leicester will give you all that. But most of all, it's a city that will give you a chance. So take it.
So hopefully that gives you a snapshot of life in Leicester. So Leicester is a great city, a very diverse city. It has everything that you need. It's a great place to study. So yeah, so hopefully that's given you an indication of what it's like to study at DMU. But now I'm going to pass over to Bav, who is one of my colleagues who works in the careers department, and she's going to explain to you everything that's on offer from the careers team.
Hi everyone. So firstly, I want to say namaste, adab to everybody watching us. I am from the careers team. My name is Bhavika. Here's a quick breakup of our careers team. So you have members within the careers and the placements team, and we also have a dedicated postgraduate careers advisor. All of us work very closely to each other. We host a lot of events, workshops, masterclasses, and we invite employers on campus. So there are a lot of events that we put on to help and support you through your journey. So To keep in mind the kind of the courses that you will choose to study, DMU, our courses are designed keeping the industry in mind. We want to ensure that we are working with employers, with professionals in the industry to make sure that our teaching is very relevant to the real world. So you'll notice that throughout the year when you join us, we'll be bringing on employers who provide internships, who offer summer work placements. All of those things are there here to support your journey. Very, very proud to inform you and share with you that DMU over the years has achieved several notable recognition. The very few ones that I've got up on the screen here, you can see that DMU was awarded the Best University Careers and Employability Service, particularly for our team. We were also voted the Best University for Work Experience, and this is where we've had students who voted our university for the award. It just goes to show that everything that we do, we keep in mind of what the industry requires, what's going to help our students really stand out, and everything we can do is tailored around your needs. So some of the services that we offer include one-to-one advice and support. So if you are a student who would like support with maybe updating your CV, or you want to apply for a job, we can help you review your CVs, help you with interview practice. If you maybe have a psychometric test coming up, we can offer support and workshops in all of those areas. If you are somebody who maybe has an idea to start up a business maybe, or you already have this entrepreneurship bug, we have a dedicated enterprise team that are here to help and support you potentially even launch your business. We have several employer events and skills sessions, again, all tailored to what the industry requires. So whether you're applying for a marketing role or an engineering role or even one of the creative roles, there will be tailored skills sessions around what the industry requires that's going to help you stand out. We also have Inside Edge mentoring, graduate part-time and internship opportunities. We have a specific careers hub, international student support, and DMU for Life, which I'm going to talk to you about shortly. So in terms of, like I said, with the one-to-one coaching, depending on where you are in your career journey, or even your recruitment journey rather, if you would like support in career planning or maybe goal setting, or you're looking specifically for internships, something to suit your availability, we can help you with that. Just this afternoon, in fact, I am running a CV masterclass, and throughout, right from when you start from term 1 all the way till summer, there are lots of opportunities for you to get involved, and for you to really, lots of activities for you to partake in as well. When it comes to the startup and entrepreneurship, as I said, our enterprise team can offer startup advice, or even if you have your own plan and your own business in mind, we've got support to help you take that idea off, basically. Just this morning, where I've just come from, we've had our very own TEDx style entrepreneurship day today. So, they are running various events throughout the year to support and promote a lot of the students and the work they do. So you can find out more information by scanning the QR code on the screen. In terms of employer sessions and networking, so like I said, within the university, there are 4 different faculties. So one of them is Art, Design, Humanities. One of them is Business and Law. The other one is Computing, Engineering, mathematics, and the fourth one is health and life sciences. So no matter which faculty or which course you end up doing, we have very good working relationships with a lot of the big and small employers in all those sectors. So you can see on the screen there, we have students who have placements and graduate schemes at PwC, at NHS, at Microsoft, at IBM. There are so many. And the good thing is that a lot of these employers will come on campus to run particular workshops and sessions to help you when you apply for their roles. We also have the biggest careers fair here that we've just had a couple of weeks ago, where we had over 80 employers come on campus where they are advertising all of their internships, their graduate roles, their placement roles, and they are here on campus to speak to you and to help you get into the world of work. In terms of Inside Edge mentoring, so this is a scheme run by a very dear colleague, Andy Morris. He is a professional in the industry that has networked with a lot of people. His scheme helps students with confidence building, with networking. There are so many other areas of his expertise that he is there to help and support current students. So again, if you would like more information, you can scan the QR code on the screen. Moving on to part-time jobs and graduate opportunities. So on campus, we have our very own recruitment agency. Now, there are a lot of students, international and those students in the UK, who would like to, get a part-time job as well as studying. So we have Unitemps, who are our on-campus recruitment agency. You can go up to their office, register with them. You can sign up to them online. You can even Google search them now and see what sort of roles are on offer. They will advertise part-time, full-time, permanent, lots of different roles. We also have a lot of opportunities where employers are willing to provide DMU exclusive internships to our students, again, through all the events and initiatives that we run. We have also our dedicated placements team. So if you are on an undergraduate degree and you choose to take out a placement year, which I would highly recommend, then we have a dedicated placements team who would help you right from the start, from the application stage, right up until you go through the interview, you have your psychometric testing, you get through to the assessment center, and even after. So no matter what stage, if you reach out to us, you'll find that help. Now, particularly for international students, we also have specific programs and specific workshops. So we have a dedicated platform called My Gateway, which the students, once you come on board, you will receive your login details. And on this platform, we will advertise all of the events that are upcoming, which you can book onto. We advertise events, appointments that you can book onto. And we also have well-being support, finance support, mental health, anything like that that you need help and support with, whether it is like you may need a visa extension if you have secured a placement role. All of those you can get appointments and further help through our platform system called My Gateway. In terms of international support, again, we have this year launched our UK Career Ready program. So this program, particularly aimed at students like yourselves, will go through how to get yourself career ready in the UK. So we will go through things like, what is CV 360? We will share with you and show with you our own DMU Works Skills Hub, where if you have a CV, you can put it onto the Skills Hub and you can get instant feedback. We will go through a range of webinars, and we'll also have a handbook ready and available for you. So for, again, more information you can find out through the QR code. Moving on, quite new, we have, I'd say recently, about last year now, we have our very own Careers Hub. So, this is a dedicated space for students who can come in anytime. You can drop in, you can speak to any one of us colleagues that are working in the hub, whether it is something quick and you want some quick advice on maybe an interview that you've got upcoming, or whether you need somebody to look over your CV. Anything like that, we have specific career coaches who are there to help and support you. We also have our state of the art virtual reality equipment, body swaps, again, which you can use and you can practice, prepare for your interview stages, and a lot more other support you may require. We are also one of 106 colleges and universities across the globe that has this specific reality equipment. So definitely something that you might be interested in. We also have our DMU for life. So if you join us, you will have support for life. So even once you have graduated and you have gone into the world of work, but maybe you require some support, maybe you want to speak to a careers advisor, you still have all the support long after you have graduated. Like Dan, I too came to DMU for my undergraduate studies as well. Therefore, I am a DMU alumni for life. And I certainly, after graduating, did something else for a bit, then came back and I needed a bit of career guidance. I reached out to DMU careers team and I was able to get the support and the service that I needed. That's all from me, but I am very happy to introduce you to our lovely two student ambassadors, Julia and Sydney, who will be sharing about their journey. So if you have any questions, please populate them. We'll be more than happy to answer. Thank you very much.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sydney.
My name is Julia, and I will start today. So, hi everyone again. I am a third-year psychology student from Poland. I started my journey in 2021 at DMU International College, and then I transitioned into psychology in September. What I would like to share with you is mostly my experience and the support I received as an international student, which is great. I couldn't ask for more, that's for sure, because it's stressful. And I think you are having probably lots of doubts, concerns about leaving your country and starting a completely new life abroad. I was stressed a lot as well. But the great thing is that whatever my concern was, there was an answer in support services, like advice, well-being, English, because of course it was a challenge at the beginning. So whatever I struggled with, I could reach to supporting community or services. I found my people because the great thing about DMU is that there are many international students, and you can see that through societies because we have so many cultural societies available. So you will always find your people, whether it's through accommodation or course. I made my best friends exactly through accommodation, actually, when you spend so much time together. It's impossible not to make great friends, which is also another thing that I love about the DMU, the central location and lots of accommodations around. That's what I really enjoyed, not having to commute anywhere. Everything is in place. About my experience, I love the career opportunities we have. That was my main goal when I decided, okay, I want to study abroad. I want professional opportunities. I want to increase my chances of joining the global market, of reaching the stars. And that's what I received. I went to many mentioned DMU global trips. I was in Spain. I'm going to Dubai next year in February, and these are the greatest memories that I have here, including my student exchange. So I've been at DMU quite a long time because last year I spent one full year studying at university in Bilbao in Spain. And that's another great story for me to tell about my experience. Plus part-time jobs that were mentioned. I'm working all the time because as an international student, it's sometimes harder to manage, but you can. With uni times, I got many jobs. I'm a student ambassador. I'm working at DMU Hub. So there's always something you can get, and it doesn't only support you throughout the studies, but it is also a great way to improve your CV. And I think these are the most important things I wanted to share with you. So I will give voice to Sydney now. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Julia. Yeah. Once again, great to see you guys. My name is Sydney, and if you can't hear me, do say in the comments. Yeah. I study architecture, and I study a master's in architecture. It's year two. It's 2 year course, and I think it's fantastic. The moment I got here, I jumped into the studio. You have to get initiative, you know. You have to go into it, and to my surprise, compared to where I study in Malaysia, the facilities was bountiful. It was more than I could ever imagine. I talked to all the technicians, learn all their skills, and be their apprentices. And it's really amazing because after this, you get to network with them and you get to make actually really good relationships with them. The block teaching method compared to what I was used to is far better because you'll be able to focus on what you need to know in more intensity and great detail as compared to having 6 subjects. I have generally 2 at one go, and the rest of the time is spent doing things in the workshops, which are really great because not only are they super big, you can talk to with different course people, learn their skills, talk to technicians. They teach you step by step, and that's really beneficial. Not only that, I've joined different networking events like a national architecture event, and this is only because of the really great staff that are at the architecture faculty. And I think the great thing practically about Leicester is that you're able to walk almost everywhere, and it doesn't sound like much, but after you slowly spend 3 years, 5 years at this uni, you get older, you realize that walking is a blessing. You realize, oh, actually, I can just walk to class. Oh, I can go grocery shopping, which is literally 10 minutes away in either direction. There's Tesco, Lidl's, Morrison's, take your pick. There's many different places. You want to go to active sessions, play badminton, basketball, volleyball. There's plenty of that. So having this advantage is really great at DMU, I would say. Not only that, there's opportunities if you're like Julia said, sometimes it's quite hard to keep financial upkeep, but there's student ambassadorships which help you. And even what I'm on now is the front runners internship. I do think the career teams have done a tremendous job because they've managed to provide opportunities for students in every nook and cranny, basically. And I've asked around as I work at outside as well, and compare uh, comparing to a lot of different universities, we have far greater opportunities to uh, step up on your own feet, not really relying on your parents all the time, and to actually be independent so that when you actually go to the industry, it's a great advantage. So I think a combination of all these like facilities that DMU give, the help, international student help, careers, and practically the logistics and location of the place is really good. And yeah, I think that's all from me. Just wondering, is there any questions for Julia or myself? You just feel free to put it in the chat, and we'll uh, answer your concerns as best we can.
Thank you, Sydney. Thank you, Julia. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mina, and I work for DMU International in the international office. I look after Europe. It's lovely to have everyone sharing their insights and experience for De Montfort University. So I want to ask the audience if you have any questions that we can answer, anything that springs to mind that that we may have not covered, that you want to ask, please, this is your opportunity to ask these questions. So one of the questions that have come up is, what do I do if I struggle to make friends? Can I ask Julia or Sydney to take this question, please?
Julia?
Sure, yes. Um, it's pretty much almost impossible. So don't think about that too much, because once you enter a course, once you enter accommodation or even private housing, there are so many different people surrounding you, um, that it's really hard not to make friends. But if you struggle, there are advice services, DMU Wellbeing. There's international support, and they offer so many events. Starting from the beginning of the academic year, I went on some trips, one-day trips to explore UK, because UK is amazing, and I'm really glad we could do it. So there are many, many opportunities like Freshers Week, societies. Just look for it and don't be afraid to ask for help, because there are people to help you with that.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for the detailed answer, Julia. It's fantastic. And also as well, I mean, I know the guys have covered the points regards to, social engagement. We do have many, as you guys can vouch for, we have many clubs and societies where students can get involved, and there's just so much happening on the campus. So I'm sure it'll be quite easy to make friends. And also because Leicester is such a diverse city, multicultural, you will always find someone from your community that you can hang on to and just be friends with, and we are so welcoming as a city as well. Another question that's just arrived is, will there be support when I arrive?
Yeah,
Just want
I
to
can
take
answer
that
that.
question. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you, Sydney.
I think it's fantastic. Like what Julia said. Yeah, it's almost impossible not to find friends. And sometimes there's just a lot of friends that you want your peace. uh, in fact, I do some airport pickups. I think mentioned by Dan earlier at Heathrow, we'll pick you up, and even people that I meet that day, I still keep in touch to today. So I think that just shows how like people come to DMU, we ease into it, and eventually you do find your place. And when you get there, there's International Welcome Week, which lasts, and Freshers Week, which lasts like 2-3 weeks. So in the first few weeks of being there, you basically have no problem at all. Like Julia said, you're able to travel around like UK. There's like an Oxford trip recently, Liverpool, Manchester, places like that, Bath as well, and all these places are really good for making friends, and definitely the support that comes with it. There'll be people in charge. There'll be facilitators that are like working adults, and even till this day, I still make a lot of friends with those adults that actually keep up in tabs, like technicians, your lecturers, like marketing staff. You do an open day, you get to familiarize yourself with lots of really good staff and make friends. There's also iBuddies, which is basically you can have this like study partner as well, so you can do all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Any more questions? Can I just ask you a question, guys, regards to block teaching, because that's one of the big topics. And I know from speaking from students on my travels as well, people, don't really understand the concept of block teaching. So from your perspective, can you sort of briefly talk about block teaching and just how good it is, the benefits of it, I think, from as students?
So I can't tell you a lot. Probably Sydney will be better
Yeah.
to answer, because I started a long time ago in the old teaching. But I must say I'm jealous. I haven't had block teaching, because from what I heard, it's amazing and it helps with workloads
Yeah.
so well.
Yeah, just to jump on and add on to that, generally, where I come from, we have the normal teaching method, which imagine doing 6 different subjects in 6 months. And here you do two really intense, detailed subjects
Mhm.
in like a semester as well. And then you move on to the next few and the next few and the next few in like term based. And all
Yeah.
these will be more intricate, and the knowledge that you gain will be better for assessments. So
Yeah.
not only is it that you, well, at least for architecture, we don't have exams, but we have tutorials every week, and we
Mhm.
have critiques, as we like to call it, every uh, 4 weeks. Actually, mine is this week. And the benefit of that is actually having people from outside critiques come in and judge your work. I use judge,
Yeah.
but critique your work. And these are really nice ways of gauging where you're at, giving feedback, and by this, it is a better way of
So yeah,
improving.
it's definitely working then, and it's definitely beneficial. And I think the other thing with block teaching is you're not having to cram everything, at the end of the years when you have your final exams or something. This is broken down, and so there's a higher chance of knowledge retention, which is always beneficial. Yeah, thank you. Any other questions, anybody? So there's no more questions. But yeah, I mean, thank you so much, everyone, for your time today. I'd like to thank Sydney, Julia, Bavika, and Dan. Yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. But we're going to end the show now. I think there's no more questions coming in. Any last words, Dan or Bavika? Anyone want to close?
No, I'd just like to thank everyone. Yeah, thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for all the presenters for giving an insight into what it's like to study at DMU and the support that students can get. In terms of timelines now for students, like I mentioned, to secure a scholarship, you have until the 20th of December, so lots of time. We're very happy to have one-to-one meetings with any students. So please do get in touch with your regional team if you want to organize that. And then prior to you hopefully joining DMU, we'll also be organizing a lot of pre-departure sessions. So many of those will be in person and some online, but that's where you can speak to members of staff and we can give you advice, but then you can also meet with other students that are coming from your home country as well. So for the students to ask about making friends, you can even make friends before you come to us. So yeah, thanks for everyone for joining.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Take care.